Hello, family, and welcome back to another episode of Ohtobewhole with Camille Young. It's me. I'm here in the flesh, baby. Glad to have you here with me. Hello to my holy rollers. How are you all doing? Always a plum pleasing pleasure to have you here with me. Look, guys, before we dive into today's topic, I want to share with you. I had the opportunity to go to a speaking or be a part of a speaking engagement at a women's conference on this past weekend. It was really, really good. We had a great time, got some great reviews. So I thank God for that opportunity. I have another opportunity coming up in a couple weeks where I'll be the keynote speaker for a black and white event. And I'm just excited about all God is doing. I am grateful. I don't take it for granted. I'm actually extremely humbled by it. So God, I'm just happy. But I wanted to share it with you all. I'll give more details maybe on the one that's coming up in a couple weeks, because you can buy tickets to attend. It's for a good cause. So maybe I'll put that down in the description as well. Okay. All right. So look, let's dive right into today's topic. Today's topic is seemingly good things are not always God's blessing. Let me explain. I was thinking about this, we many times, when good things are happening or we feel like we are being blessed, and a lot of times it is God's blessing, okay? Whether it's just his grace and mercy prevailing, or whether it's, as the scripture talks about, he will not withhold any good thing for those who walk uprightly. That could be the case too. But I believe also with that, Satan uses similar tricks to keep us in bondage. Or not similar tricks. It's because if God does it, it's not a trick. But if Satan does it, or the enemy or the adversary does it, it's a trick. Because it's his way of keeping us from maybe turning to God, or stepping away from pride, or moving in a direction that is more positive. I've just found that people sometimes continue in their sin or continue in a wayward pattern of living because they feel like they're being blessed, okay? Because their business is continuing to grow, because, they're making more money, because, they're able to do a lot of the things that they want to do. Whatever the person may deem as a blessing, or their family is intact, whatever they may seem as a blessing, sometimes, and their life is not in line. Here, okay? Their life is not in line, meaning they're prideful. They may be cheating on their husband, cheating on their wife. They may be mistreating their spouse. They may be doing things that are just not integral. Things that are not godly. Things that God living unrighteously. They're lying. They're cheating. They may not be murdering, anybody, or they may not be doing what we would deem as egregious crimes, but they're doing things that are against either the Bible or just against integrity, okay? And they many times will find themselves, because, as I mentioned before, because their business is thriving, they're making more money or getting new opportunities, getting promoted on their job, or they're the ones that didn't get laid off, but it's building more pride in them, or it's building more confidence, I guess, around not doing what is the right thing to do. Okay, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because I found that most people don't change, even though they know they're doing something that they're not supposed to be doing. Okay, they could know that they're doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, or they're not walking in the manner in which God has designed or desires for them to live. But because they feel like they being blessed, that it's oh well, God's still blessing me, so it gives them a pass on going ahead and turning away from the things the thing that they may be doing. And I want to encourage us to keep in mind, just because God's wrath has not rained down on you yet, or just because you are seemingly getting more blessings, or positive things are continuing to happen for you in your life or whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's God sent, because again, the adversary will use those same things that you feel like are blessings from God to keep you trapped, in a pattern of life, a pattern of decision making, a pattern that is actually pushing you farther and farther away from God. That way, you won't really live the fulfilled life that God has designed for you. You get what I'm saying? So it's important for us to really examine our lives to make sure that we're not doing things that we know that we shouldn't be doing, but we continue in those ways because, again, as I said before, the wrath of God has not come down on you, or things are not collapsing for you, and you think, oh, well, I must be okay because, calamity has not come on me, or I am being blessed, or life is going really well for me. But you know that you're doing things that are not right, or that you have not turned to Christ or turn your to the Lord in the way that you should. And it may not be something big. When I say big, I mean, as I said, just egregious, but you not having your quiet times and spending time with God, or neglecting things in your home with your wife, and you think because your business is booming that it's okay for you to neglect those things. Oh, I'm not gonna go to church because I gotta do my job and make more money, or I gotta turn this deal over so I can make more money. But you're neglecting those things that are more important, that will give you the righteous reward. But what you don't realize is the farther away you go from God, the closer you are to calamity. And then when whatever happens, you're like, what in the world? How did I get here? How did this happen? When all the time you were thinking, I'm being blessed. I'm good. I don't need to change nothing. So let's be aware of how we view quote unquote blessings. Again, most of the time they are blessings from God. But when you know that you're walking on a path, or you're not fully yielding your life to the Lord, or yielding your life to your family, or doing we know we can play dumb all day if we want to, okay? But at the end of the day, don't be fooled and tricked by blessings from the adversary that will keep you off course, and before you know it, you won't even recognize yourself, and honestly, others won't recognize you too. Be like, what's going on with him? What's going on with her? They seem different, okay? Because you are on the wrong path, and you don't even know it because you think you're being blessed, okay? That's really all I wanted to put out there today, because I'm seeing that quite a bit. We talk about P. Diddy and all of that kind of stuff, but P. Diddy, I'm sure there was a time many years ago, probably, but there was a time where he may have been doing the right thing, and because it got so easy to do the wrong things, allegedly, we just put that out there, that now he's found himself caught up, because all it takes is a little bit. But Us not knowing, those of us who are not close to what he, to the business of what he's being accused of, we thinking, oh, he got all these businesses, he's a multi-millionaire, possibly a billionaire, thinking that, oh, he got it going on, he blessed, blah blah blah, not knowing the enemy was setting him up for a fall. Okay. And the same thing, the enemy he'll use whoever he chooses to kill, steal, and destroy, baby. That's what he's here to do. Kill, steal, and destroy. So let's examine our lives, all right? And not get off track and think that just because our lives appear to be blessed, that, we don't need to course correct when we know that we're not on course, okay? All right? So look, that's it. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to get your book. I was able to sell some of my books this past weekend when I spoke at the engagement at the women's conference. And so if you haven't gotten your book, go to my website, ohtobewhole.com, and get your book today. All right. What else? I can't think of anything else right now. Okay. Be sure to subscribe. Yes. Subscribe, like, share, and comment, okay? Be sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment, all right? And you can order your t-shirt. I'm changing vendors, so it's taking a little longer for me to get shirts to people, but once we get everything secured with my vendor, I'll be back on selling my shirts. I still have some in stock, but I'm having to have some new shirts made through a new vendor. So we are getting that together. But again, thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, God bless.